is going on, chat, man? I'm back, my boy Risk.
And today we react to what if LamineYamal wins the World Cup. And I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for France, but now it's him versus Argentina. I hope he wins.
Listen, chat. We reacted to LamineYamal on the channel. When we reacted to LamineYamal, it was absolutely amazing. And I was genuinely shocked on how this guy is literally 18 years old and he's the amazing, talented, young man. You know what I'm saying? And
you're glazing too much.
All right, bro, relax. Listen,
you need to relax.
What I want to say is, bro, he's in the World Cup finals, bro, and we've been, reacting to the World Cup, bro, and reacting to the content and everything, man. And him against Messi, I've been seeing it around TikTok and everywhere, man. So, what you think, bro?
I hope he prevails. I'm not gonna lie. I know Messi wins back to back, bro. I feel like I don't know. I don't want to see that, bro. I want a new champion in town. I want to see a new winner crowned, and I hope Spain wins. I wanted France to win, but now you feel me? It's whatever.
I just want to see, since I can relate, because he's around. He's a young person, so
young guy, right?
Yeah.
Yamal wins the World Cup. Because LamineYamal is no longer a promise, he is a sentence, and the main victim of this new era has a name and surname. Kylian Mbappe, because the story was supposed to be different. Mbappe was supposed to inherit the throne after Messi and Cristiano. He already had a World Cup finals, big nights, and the aura of an inevitable player. But then a kid from Barcelona appeared without asking permission. A kid who did not come to learn from giants. He came to start beating them, and the most brutal part is that we are not talking about random matches. We are talking about nights where history is decided. Euro 2024 semi-final.
Nice call!
Spanish Super Cup 2025.
Bro, wait, he won a semi-finals already? Wait, so
he won a Euros.
Okay.
I think.
Copa del Rey final 2025. Nations League semi-final 2025.
Wait, so he came in clutch that much times? I'm not gonna lie, this is actually impressive, bro.
Spanish Super Cup 2026.
Taking on Carreras, finding Fermin.
FIFA World Cup 2026 semi-final. 6 massive stages, 6 knockout games, or one-off finals. 6 chapters where Mbappe was supposed to impose hierarchy, and 6 times LamineYamal came out alive. That is not coincidence.
That is crazy, bro.
So 6 times Mbappe should have won. Lamine spanked him.
What? So is LamineYamal better than Mbappe, chat? Can you guys let me know down below?
Competitive ownership. In Euro 2024, France arrived as one of the favourites, and Mbappe arrived as the captain of a team built to win. But Yamal, at only 16 years old, produced a ridiculous goal from outside the box in the semi-final and changed the destiny of the tournament. Spain eliminated France, Spain reached the final, Spain won the Euros. That was not just a goal,
That's
that
crazy.
was the warning.
So
the
Spain
kid was not going to wait for his turn.
Good?
Then came the blow at club level. Real Madrid signed Mbappe to dominate Spain and Europe, but the first major clash against the new Barcelona became a humiliation. Spanish Super Cup.
That's crazy, bro. I'm actually
2025. Barcelona 5-2, Real Madrid. Again Lamine, and it did not stop there. Copa del Rey, final 2025, another Clásico. Barcelona won again, 3-2, and Yamal walked away victorious again. Mbappe could score, he could compete, but the final result kept saying the same thing. When the match was huge, Lamine won. Then the 2025 Nations League turned the rivalry into a nightmare. Spain 5-4 France, a wild semi-final. And Yamal did not just play, he scored twice, a double against France. Another final Mbappe did not reach. That is when the comparison stopped sounding exaggerated, because Mbappe was still a global superstar, but Lamine was already beating him in the moments that weigh the most. Then came the Spanish Super Cup 2026, another victory for Yamal, and then came the strongest blow of all, the 2026 World Cup semi-final. France dreamed of another final. Mbappe dreamed of his 3rd consecutive World Cup final. But Spain won 2-0, and Lamine was once again on the right side of history. He did not need to score to alter the match. He provoked, he unbalanced, he forced France to live uncomfortable. He won the penalty for the 1-0 with a clever action against Lucas Digne. And when the match ended, the image was devastating. Mbappe out, Yamal in the final. That is why the question no longer sounds absurd. What if LamineYamal wins the World Cup? Because his career is moving with an almost impossible logic.
You guys feel like if LamineYamal wins the World Cup, he's going to be better than Mbappe? Like cemented?
Yeah, does
I feel
that?
like he's the up and coming GOAT.
Yeah, is he like the best new person?
Matches, competition he wins, or transforms. With Spain, he already won Euro 2024, and he did it by being decisive. A historic goal against France, an assist in the final against England. 1 goal, 4 assists, and the Young Player of the Tournament award. He also became the youngest goalscorer in European Championship history, at 16 years and 362 days old. With Barcelona, he already has league titles, Spanish Super Cups, and a Copa del Rey. Before turning 19, his trophy cabinet already looks like the resume of a veteran. 3 LaLiga titles, 2 Spanish Super Cups, 1 Copa del Rey, 1 European Championship. More official trophies before 19 than Messi, Cristiano, and Mbappe had at the
What? He has more trophies than Mbappe, Ronaldo, and Messi.
At that age, bro.
That's crazy.
same age. But this is not only about trophies, it's
That's
about
aura.
numbers. At 19 years old, LamineYamal already has 30 goals and 34 assists in La Liga. In the Champions League, he has 11 goals and 10 assists. With Spain's senior national team, he has 20 direct goal contributions in 32 matches. This is not a winger dribbling for the camera. This is a player producing, deciding, and sustaining elite attacks. His best season was, of course, 2024-25. That year, he guided Barcelona to the La Liga title with 9 goals and 15 assists in 35 matches. He became the offensive soul of Hansi Flick's rejuvenated Barca, the piece that turned Barcelona into a more vertical, more aggressive, and more dangerous machine. And in the Champions League, he did not hide either. Between 2024 and 2025, he produced 9 goal contributions in 3 key Barcelona matches, proving that the European stage was not too big for him. Even in the blow against Inter, when Barcelona were eliminated, Lamine still left his mark with a goal in the first leg.
For his team in the situations that mattered. Like,
Bro, this guy's basically just cooking straight up. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I knew he was good, but I didn't know he was this good, bro. God damn.
So is he
Even
more
in
clutch
defeat.
player than Mbappe?
I don't know.
He found a way to appear. Then, in the 2025-26 campaign, he kept an absurd rhythm, 28 goal contributions in 28 league matches, and in the Champions League, 6 goals and 4 assists in 10 matches. Those are franchise player numbers, and that is the most dangerous thing about Yamal. He does not need to play every match like the best player in the world to decide like the best player in the world. He already said it with the mentality of someone chosen for big nights. The closer the semi-finals and finals get, the better he plays.
No, imposible de ganar no. Pero, por ejemplo, ¿Francia mejor que nosotros?
No,
¿No?
no. No nos han ganado desde la Eurocopa. No pueden ser mejor que nosotros.
Bueno, pero digo lo que están mostrando.
Eso da igual. La fase de grupo no tiene nada. Mira Alemania.
And the records only make the story more absurd. He debuted for Spain
So
at
he talks trash.
He be talking, bro. He's
He talking trash. Okay,
16 years
on
and
that.
57
See what
days
the
old.
records
He
show.
scored in that same match against Georgia. He became the youngest player and youngest goal scorer in the history of La Roja. At the Euros, he became the youngest player to appear, the youngest to play a knockout match, the youngest to score, and the youngest to play a final.
Oh my
This
God,
is not
bro, he
normal.
just-
Wow.
This is football moving too fast.
stacking
And now Spain are in the World Cup final. They have already eliminated France. They have already silenced Mbappe. They have a historic, unbeaten run. They have control, pressure, defence, youth, and a generational talent who does not hide. Spain do not depend only on Yamal, but Spain grow when he touches the ball. He does not need to monopolise the game. One pause, one diagonal, one penalty won. That is enough to change the destiny of a night. And that is the difference. So what happens if Lamine
Bro,
Yamal
this
wins
is
the World Cup
crazy.
at 19? Football will have to change the conversation
that
forever. He will
freaking
no
good.
longer be the future. He will be the kid who beat Mbappe in almost every major chapter. The kid who turned every great duel into a power statement. The kid who already won with Spain, already lifted trophies with Barcelona, already broke European records, already decided Clásicos, semi-finals and finals. And if on Sunday he lifts the World Cup, the sentence becomes inevitable. Lamine Yamal is not coming to inherit the throne. He came to take it from everyone. But to understand why this question feels so dangerous, you have to understand where Lamine Yamal comes from. Born in 2007, raised between Rocafonda, Mataró and La Torreta, football was never just a game for him. It was his language, on the streets, on small pitches, against
Oh
older
my
kids.
God, he was
Lamine
cooking
Yo.
from a jet. Bro, God, I ain't gonna lie. Bro, this is so tough.
and to dribble, survive contact, and invent solutions where everyone else only saw legs. That is where his essence was born. Natural talent, street football, improvisation. That is why the Messi comparison exists. Even if Yamal tries to escape it, both are left-footed. Both came through La Masia. Both play from the right with a left foot that looks like a magic wand. And yes, there is even that symbolic photo of Messi holding baby Lamine during a UNICEF campaign. That is what makes him so fascinating. His talent has...
Messi held LamineYamal as a baby? Yo, go back
I ain't gonna lie. Hold
picture,
on. Let's go back and look at that. Wait, hold on.
So you're telling me the current GOAT held
So-
the future...
Nah, Messi not the GOAT.
Who you got? Messi?
I got Ronaldo. I ain't gonna lie, I got Ronaldo.
Right now, they're both Ronaldo and Messi are in the GOAT competition. I haven't really decided who I got.
I got
But they
Ronaldo.
both
I ain't
in
gonna
the
lie, I
GOAT
got
competition.
Ronaldo. I got Ronaldo.
But regardless, bro, he's one of the greatest players holding.
Bro, I ain't gonna
Future
lie,
right there.
yeah, that's kind of crazy though.
And
It's
then
like
he
a
took
full
the
circle.
exact same path as
And
him,
then
bro.
now they're playing each other in the World Cup.
Finals, bro. Yes,
That
bro.
is
That's what I'm trying to say,
insane, bro.
He plays for Messi's old team and everything, bro. It's nostalgic, bro.
That's kind of crazy, yeah. Chat, what do you guys think about that?
Messi holding baby Lamine during a UNICEF campaign. That is what makes him so fascinating. His talent has flashes of Messi, but his ambition feels closer to Cristiano Ronaldo, because Yamal does not speak like someone who is happy just to arrive. He speaks like someone who believes he is supposed to dominate. When he lost the BallonDor to Dembele, he did not shrink. He said he did not dream of winning one BallonDor. He dreamed of winning many. That sentence tells you everything about his mentality. And Barcelona saw it early. The club signed him from CF La Torreta in 2014 because there was already something different in him. In the academy, he was absurd. 357 goals in 249 official matches. He played above his age group and still stood out. Then Xavi saw him training with the first team and understood the same thing everyone would understand later. This kid was ready. On April 29th, 2023, LamineYamal made his Barcelona debut against Betis at only 15 years old, and now one of the youngest players.
Yo,
15 freaking years old.
playing as grown men.
15 years old, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a big flex.
Imagine being a 10th grader hooping in the NBA.
So he's basically right now, he's what, 18 years old. He already has the experience.
He's 19.
He's 19 now?
Yep, although he said at the beginning of the video.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, okay, so he's 19. So he already has years of experience, bro. He's already solidified.
Bro,
Imagine him at 22, 23.
bro, he might have everything. He might already want everything in the game, bro.
Yeah.
Ever to reach a World Cup final. But the most important thing is not the age, it is the context. Yamal is not breaking records in empty matches. He is breaking them where history is decided. Euro 2024 was the moment the world realised. In the quarter-finals, he assisted against Germany, and in the semi-final, when Adrien Rabiot said he still had to show more, Yamal answered with a cold message: move in silence. Then he scored a ridiculous goal against France, and after the match,
That's ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie, that's ridiculous.
he said it, speak now, checkmate. At 16 years old, he did not just play a European Championship semi-final, he owned the moment. Then, in the final against England, he assisted Nico Williams for the opening goal. European champion, young player of the tournament. That is not normal. That is mentality. And with Barcelona, the pattern continued.
I'm not gonna lie,
In the
he really
2024
He just keeps beating Mbappe, bro.
But that was
I ain't
against
gonna lie.
Mbappe right there, though.
Oh, okay.
to 25 season, he became one of the symbols of the club's rebirth. 17 goals, 20 assists, 53 matches. He assisted Lewandowski in the league debut against Valencia. He scored in the Clásico and became the youngest goalscorer in history against Real Madrid. He rescued points in the 92nd minute against Atletico Madrid, and he appeared again in the Clásico that pushed Barcelona toward LaLiga. In the Champions League, he left his mark too. Against Benfica, he scored and assisted in a performance that felt like a superstar announcement. And that is the point. Every time the stage gets bigger, Lamine looks more comfortable. The pressure does not reduce him, it sharpens him. That is why calling Yamal overrated is missing what is happening in front of us. No player this young has been asked to carry so much, but no player this young has looked so prepared to carry
That
it.
is fact.
His style is winning.
Like, imagine you have this much pressure at like 18 and 19.
And he really stepping into it too. Every time they ask him to do something, he delivers.
Han sido los partidos grandes. La exhibición que hace en las semifinales de Champions contra el Inter la temporada pasada.
Le gusta, se crece.
Se crece, le gusta la presión y yo os digo, mañana Lamine va a ser un espectáculo.
His football has Messi's fantasy, but his mentality looks toward Cristiano. And now, Spain are in a World Cup final. The story is standing on the edge of something absurd. Because if LamineYamal lifts the World Cup at 19 years old, the conversation changes forever. We will not be talking about potential anymore. We will not be talking about a future BallonDor candidate.
Si estuviera él, te diría, para mí es el mejor jugador y ha hecho méritos más que suficientes para ser Ballon d'Oro, perdón.
We will not be talking about the next face of football. We will be talking about a kid who turned pressure into fun, talent into trophies, and the biggest matches in the world into his natural stage. To understand LamineYamal, you cannot only look at goals and assists. You have to look at where he receives, what he provokes when he touches the ball, and how he forces opponents to change their entire structure.
Y la amplitud que siempre manteníamos con Lamine, con Nico, la profundidad que nos garantizaba siempre Álvaro Morata.
Because Yamal is not just a winger, he is a generator of fear. His first massive tactical statement came in the Euro 2024 semi-final against France. Yamal changed everything with one action. He received on the right, found the interval to move inside, opened his body, and hit an impossible left-footed shot. That is the point. Sometimes Yamal hurts you with the ball. In the final against England, his impact was different. For the 1-0, he attacked from the right, attracted defenders, and with the movements of Olmo and Morata, helped clear the weak side. That allowed Nico Williams to appear free on the left and finish.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This guy can do everything, bro.
That is one of Yamal's biggest virtues. When he drives at you, the opponent is not only defending the player with the ball, they are defending the threat that he could break the match. And that threat creates advantages, even when the final pass goes to the other side. With Hansi Flick's Barcelona, that influence became even more aggressive. In the 2025 Spanish Super Cup final against Real Madrid, Yamal was part of the high press that destroyed Madrid's build-up. Flick built a first line with Yamal, Lewandowski and Gavi, closing inside passes and forcing mistakes in dangerous zones. But his role was not only defensive. In attack, he and Rafinha stretched the pitch and attacked Lucas Vazquez and Mendy again and again. Madrid did not have enough help outside. Every Yamal reception forced them to drop, shift or break their line. His goal in that final symbolised everything. In the 2025 Copa del Rey final, again against Real Madrid, the match showed both sides of his role. In possession, Barca tried to create interior fluidity to release him outside. Yamal was the piece designed to receive wide, attack 1 versus 1, and find depth. That tells you how important Yamal is tactically. Then came the Champions League semi-final against Inter, and maybe that was one of his most impressive performances, even though Barcelona were eliminated. Inter defended with a low block, man-to-man pressure, and an aggressive structure to close inside lanes. But Yamal was Barcelona's most constant source of danger. 124 actions, 14 dribbles, the most active player on the team. Then, in the 2025 League Clásico, his influence was total. Barcelona were losing 2-0 against Real Madrid, but Yamal became the differential winger in the comeback. He scored the 2-2.
He caught up and made the comeback
When
himself.
they were down 2-0 against Madrid.
Tactically, he was a permanent problem for Fran Garcia and Tchouaméni. He received wide, attacked inside, pinned the fullback, and opened intervals for Ferran, Olmo and Rafinha. That performance shows his evolution. He is no longer a kid who does beautiful things. He is a footballer who breaks structures. Then came the 2026 World Cup. And the demand changed. He was no longer being asked to promise. He was being asked to decide. Against Saudi Arabia, he delivered a goal, an assist and the MVP award. Against Uruguay, he was involved and active. Against Portugal, he suffered at times against Nuno Mendes, but grew in the final stretch. Against Belgium, almost every dangerous Spain attack went through him. He feinted, created and forced Courtois to intervene. He has not necessarily been the best player of the tournament by numbers, but he has been one of the players who most conditioned Spain's plan. And everything led to the World Cup semi-final against France. There, Yamal confirmed again that his impact does not depend only on scoring. Spain identified Lucas Digne as the weak point and attacked him with Lamine from the first minute. He read a loose ball before Digne, put his body in front, forced the foul, and won the penalty that tilted the semi-final. That is not luck. That is instinct. That is timing. And later, he even scored a goal that was disallowed for offside. When the match is heavy, Yamal appears. Even when he does not sign the goal, he signs the fear, the imbalance, the mistake, the advantage. That is why the question matters so much. What if LamineYamal wins the World Cup? Because this is not just about a teenager lifting a trophy. This is about a player who has already changed knockout matches against France, finals against England. Clásicos against Real Madrid.
Swag.
Champions League nights against Inter.
Yeah, this guy's different, bro. I ain't gonna lie,
and a
with
World Cup
cards.
semi-final against Mbappe's France. He has done it by scoring, assisting, attracting defenders, forcing penalties, stretching blocks, and changing the emotional temperature of matches. And if he wins the World Cup at 19, the timeline breaks completely. He came to take it from everyone.
Came to snatch. Everyone's
I ain't
changing,
gonna
bro.
lie, bro. I'm so serious when I say this. LamineYamal different, bro. He actually is
I ain't
different,
gonna
bro.
lie. He
He's
might
actually
be one of the
different.
greatest young sports players ever, bro. Like in any sport.
Yeah, that's literally what it's looking like right now. Like, actually.
I don't know. Has anybody in any
I didn't know
sport
he was this
accomplished this
good.
type of stuff at 16, 17?
Yeah,
like-
chat. Please, let us know down below, man.
Like
Let us
for
know.
his country and his like regular sport team, bro. Like
Yeah.
it goes crazy.
I know, bro. For it's just like you gotta sit there and just think like, dang. But you know, chat. This is the end of the video, man. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe,
Check out
man.
some other videos, bro. We got a lot of other videos on other players. You feel me? Check it out, bro.
But with that being said, man, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, man, and we'll catch y'all next time. Yes, sir.